Hey, this is Beth from Dainty Daisy's Merchandise. I am a part-time reseller. I resell out of my Goodwill blue boxes. I also do a little bit of thrifting here and there. And I'm here today with my goodie bag of things I have not tested. I know I've said in a couple of my videos lately that I would pull out my goodie bag and we would test some of the things and see what we have, see if I found anything of real value. I usually find some pretty good items in the Goodwill blue boxes, and I've never lost any money in my Goodwill blue boxes. So we're gonna dig into this. I am a stay-at-home mom of 3 babies, so I'm pretty busy, as any stay-at-home parent knows, and I finally have squeezed in a little bit of time to do some testing. I have done a little bit of research on a couple of these items just because I cannot resist. Sometimes I just have to know. So one of these items is this necklace. It is a vintage piece. It's 14 karat gold plated, marked. I have not tested it, and I don't know if I'm gonna actually scrape it on a stone, just because you can see right here on these, you can see how it's kind of welded together. So I don't want to break this because feels fragile a little bit. I've done a little bit of cleaning on it, not too much. It definitely needs a little bit more. It is so shiny and so pretty. But from the research I have done, it is a vintage piece, and it is also worth about $80, what I've seen for resale value. I haven't put it up yet. I haven't put it online yet. I actually kind of like it, so I have like a hoarding pile of things that I like that I keep. As you guys saw in my last video, I found this ring in a Goodwill blue box, in my last Goodwill blue box, and it tested for diamonds, and it's so beautiful. I haven't taken it off since. So some of the things I like to keep for myself, and I mean, mama deserves some rewards sometimes. So super pretty necklace. I probably will eventually put this online, maybe wear it once and then put it up. But this is an awesome vintage piece, and I'm not going to test the gold like I said. I'll probably maybe take it up to a jeweler and have them actually clean it. And our jewelers around here are just so nice. I live in Augusta, Georgia, and if you know anything about Augusta, you know it is the home of the masters. So they have some awesome jewelers in town, and I'll take some of these to them just to verify all my findings. But, so we'll go ahead and dig into to my goodie bag. Let me dump it out. All right, so this is a piece that I'm extremely curious about. So if you know anything, please inform me. Oh, got a tangle, hold on. So I'm extremely curious about this piece. I've been staring at it. It's been sitting on my counter, and I'm sure my husband is about to lose his mind if I bring this piece up again. But it's such a pretty piece. Oh my goodness. All right, let's undo this brooch. All right. Here we go. So this is a brooch. It is definitely a vintage, I would assume. It looks very vintage. Even the closing spot right here, do you see it? It just kind of hooks in. It's so beautiful though. So we're gonna test it today and see. I'm assuming these are amethysts. They're huge, as you can see. They're really big. They're so pretty. And then it's got like these little like daggers. Like it has a cross in there, and then it's got like these little daggers on it. It's on this pretty chain. So we're gonna test these with our gem tester. Let's see what we got. So yeah, we're going pretty high on the amethyst. I'm sure these are amethysts. Such a pretty purple. It is a gorgeous brooch. We're also going to test it for some gold. See if we have any gold in here today. I mean, it's heavy, and I definitely can feel the weight on it. So let's see. I'm going to have to be super careful with this. So I'm going to test this little ball. See if I can get a really good scratch on there. All right. And we're gonna also test, I like to test each part. I like to test the ball. I'll test a little side over here of the amethyst and see what we have on there. I like to test each spot because you'd be surprised. Some of the jewelry that I have gotten Sometimes some of them, you know, one part will be metal and the other part will be gold. So it's nice to test each spot just to test it and make sure. So this I'm gonna have to be super careful with because these are super tiny. None of them are bent either, so I'm so shocked. Especially because, I mean, this looks vintage. I have not been able to find it. Some of these pieces, like I said, I have tried to Google and tried to see if I could find any information on, and I have not found anything on this piece. So if you know any information on this, please let me know. So I'm gonna finish scratching this little piece. See if we can do this without damaging it. All right, so I think we've got some pretty good scratches there. Oops. All right. So now I'm gonna take my 10 karat. I know some people like to start high. I feel like I don't wanna get my hopes up. So I always scratch a little low, or I start a little low, I scratch low. All right, let's see what happens here with this. Got some bubbles, hold on. There we go. All right. Well, I will say this is doing really good on the 10 karat so far, if you can see it. My lighting. All right, so let's test some 14 karat. Let's see what we've got here. Oops, let's kind of join that in, all right. Let's see. Let's see what we have. It doesn't look like it's dissolving in the 14 karat either. So let's see. Okay, all right. So we've got at least 14 karat. Let's see if we can do another little testing. Let's whip out the 18 karat then. I still have a little bit of a spot over here, so I'm just gonna dip it on this. Let's see. All right, yep, so it's eating that away. All right, so we've got at least 14 karat on there. Oh, that's awesome. So we're looking at amethyst and 14 karat, it looks like, on all the pieces. So this is probably a 14 karat all together piece, which is awesome. I'm gonna have to take this and have it looked at a jeweler if I can't figure it out on my own, because I don't know what I would even value this at. It's vintage, it's definitely vintage. It's tarnished a little bit. It's got this beautiful chain with the 3 balls, and this has actually got, I don't know if I can get it, yeah, there we go. You can see the little details on it. It is so beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful brooch. So yeah, very cool piece. So win on that. So we're definitely making our money back. All right, so this piece is an anklet. I mean, I guess you could wear it as a bracelet if you wanted to. It's really big on me. I guess you could shorten it if you wanted. But it's definitely an anklet. And it says on here, let's take a look. Let me get my magnifier out. All right, this says Italy, 14 karat. Okay, I don't know if you can see it. Let's see if I can get it. Italy, 14 karat on top, Italy on the bottom. So we're gonna test it, because I always like to test all my pieces before I sell them so that I know they are legitimate. So we're gonna scratch the heart, and then we're also gonna scratch this chain, because like I said, I like to check all of the pieces to make sure I know what I'm selling. So it's got a little weight to it too, so I need to weigh it as well. Let's see what we have. All right, we're gonna start with 14 karat because it says 14 karat, so let's do that. Let's see what happens. Well, it does not seem to be going anywhere, so I'm gonna say that is a real 14 karat. I went and got my scale too, so we'll weigh that and see how much we have here. So we have at least 14 karat, and you know what? We'll whip out the 18 karat. Why not? Let's test it all. See what we really have. All right, yep, so it is 14 karat, definitely not 18. It is completely eating it away. You can see the two different sides. You see the top is where the 18 is, 14's at the bottom. Here we go. All right. So that is awesome. I told you I found so much good stuff in these Goodwill boxes. I mean, it literally blows my mind what I've found in here so far. I have not gone back on any of my Goodwill boxes. I've made extensive amount of money. So far, I think I've made, and this isn't even with this stuff that I still have, that have value in it. I mean, I have over, just in these last 3 pieces alone that I've had is 80. I mean, I would think the amethyst brooch, I would say at least 50 and above. So we're looking at least 100 or 120 just with those 2 pieces alone. I mean, it's wild. So we're gonna weigh this. You can see we're at 0. Let's see how much. So we're looking at 3.67. And the last time I looked, that's probably worth about, what, 130, 125. So that's another, so we've got 80, 120. So we got up to like 240 now, which is wild, 250. So that is awesome. So awesome piece, 128 is what it's worth, I think, if I'm doing the math right in my head. It's such an awesome piece, so it's so cute. It's been tested, so we know it's real. Just profit on top of profit here. So we've gotten at least 2 gold, 14 karat gold pieces and a vintage pearl. So I'm gonna check this one next. I don't think these are real. There is not one marking on it, but I guess I can't knock it because this ring didn't have a marking either. So it is so pretty. I cannot get over it. Let's see what it looks like on my wrist. Because why not, right? Some girl might love it. I love it. Or guy, I should say. All right, let's see. Ooh, oh my goodness. So sparkly. All right, I'll quit playing dress up. Let's test it. Let's see if we have anything. Let's hope for diamonds. I doubt it, but let's hope for diamonds. Do you see what I see? Nothing. Let's try it again. Yes, I'm thinking these are just glass. But wow, what a beautiful... Oh, oops. Let's not do that again. Okay, so it looks like just glass. But wow, what a pretty bracelet, right? And this, I feel like I see some discoloring. Let's see. On the inside. So you know what? We'll test it to see if there's any markings. I don't see any markings. Or I'm sorry. What am I talking about here? Test to see if there's any gold in this. I mean, it's glass, so I highly doubt we're gonna see any gold, but let's scratch her up and see. All right. Oh my goodness, it's got a little latch too, so it's so cute. I cannot get over it. Super pretty. Even if it's glass, and even though, you know, we'll test it and see if there's any gold in it. I would still sell that online. That is such a pretty piece. Beautiful Valentine's Day gift. Let's see what we got here. So I tested it with 10 karat. I mean, it's doing all right now. I'm actually very surprised by that. There's no way. Okay, yeah, here we go. We're starting to eat away. Okay, so not real, but still a beautiful piece. I would still sell that probably for $25, $30 maybe. I would wear that. I would definitely wear that. Look at all my diamonds. All my real and pretend. I like that piece though. So if you like any of these pieces, I will put my email down at the bottom. I also sell on Poshmark. I sell on Etsy and eBay at Dainty D Merchandise, but I will put my email at the bottom if you see anything you like. Inquire it with me and I will let you know. Okay, next we're gonna do this little vintage. I cleaned this already, even though you can tell it's kind of still dirty on the inside a little bit. So this bracelet, I have no idea. It is stamped nothing. And it's got London. It's Castle, and I can't read. It says, what does that say? Edinburgh Castle. Some old school telephone. And then Big Ben. So, I don't know what it is. It looks like just a little charm bracelet. I'm assuming it's vintage just because these pieces look vintage. I don't know if it's silver though, so let's test and see. We're gonna test each charm. Let's do this side. Test each charm. So Castle, Big Ben, telephone. And then we will test this chain as well, just to see what we have. All right. Okay, so let's see what we have here. Do we have silver? Let's hope for silver, because this is a super cute bracelet. I mean, I would wear this. This is really cute. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Uh-oh, I see it vanishing. So it does not look like silver. At least the charms don't, but the bracelets do. Okay, are we starting to fade now? Yep, all right. So no silver in this. It could be something else. I mean, heck, it could be aluminum. Let me grab my magnet, hold on. Let me grab my magnet real quick. All right, let's see if we've got, not magnetic, which could just be, I don't know. I have no idea. I have to do some research on this and see if there's anything online. I mean, it looks vintage to me, and it was pretty tarnished when I got it. I let it sit for a while in the cleaner. It is so cute though. So if anybody's a London fan, I'll have my email down at the bottom. It's super cute. I would say it's probably about 7 inches long. My wrist is pretty small, so I would say probably like 7 inches. So that's still a cool piece. I would still sell this for $30 maybe, depending on what this material actually is. But if it's vintage, I would still sell it for 30 plus, most likely. It was very pretty. So we're getting up there on our, all right, so this is another one. This is a single earring that I found. I like to keep all my singles because, I mean, you never know. You might find the matching pair. But this actually has some diamonds missing out of it, I think. Let's see. Is it missing or just pushed in? Can't tell. But you can see down here. Let me see if I can. You can see all these little diamonds and the X. So let's see. Well, I shouldn't call them diamonds until I test them, right? All these gems, jewels. Now let's see if I can do this without making it scream. Glass. Oh, there we go. Let's try again. Oops. All right, this is looking like a fake to me. Don't see it reading anything. So let's test it and see if we've got, oh my gosh, you can't even scrape that off. Huh, all right. I feel like that's probably not a good sign if it's, oh, I scraped it, look at that. Do you see? Let's see if I can make it focus. You see this little, I scraped it and it's silver underneath. So we won't test it for gold. I'm sure it might be gold plated or something, or gold, probably gold plated because it's not a very thick layer. So I probably just ruined that piece. So yeah, I won't even worry about testing that since it's, so we'll say fake pile. All right, this little tiny bracelet. Let's see, can you see like how the triangles, there we go. You see like the triangles on it? It's kind of cool. I mean, I've never seen a little bracelet like this before. It's got like triangles stacked on top of each other. So let's see what this says. So it says 925 Italy. It's got a stamp down there. It says something, let's see. Can you see it? All right, it says 925 Italy. And then what does it say down here? Maybe just like a maker's mark? I can't. Yeah, XM or WX. So it's saying 925 sterling silver. Let's test it. See if we got the money. So this wouldn't be worth much. I might even keep this, but I mean, it's still worth money, but maybe like $20, $30. Just still a lot. I will not complain. I do a lot of little sales where it's like $20 or $30, and you do, you know, 5 or 6 of those, and that adds up really quick. And you can definitely make your money back and then some. So let's see. We are looking like 925. So that's a good one. So yeah, I need to clean it up for sure. It's definitely, you see all like the tarnishing on it. So pretty though. It's definitely a really pretty little dainty, little 7-inch bracelet, and would look good on my wrist. My husband will never have to buy me jewelry again with this rate that I'm going at. So let's dig in to some of the beads that I have. Ooh, it's cold to the touch. So that's a good sign. Very cold to the touch. I don't like cold, but I would wear cold for some jewelry. So let's test it on old Presidium. See what we get. Ooh, oh, slipped. Here we go. Let's try again. Wow. So I'm gonna go with maybe, it could be aqua or quartz, like aqua quartz or just aquamarine. Yeah, that's a good reading. So that's awesome. I mean, I would probably sell this for probably, I need to do a little cleaning on it. But I would sell this at least for, you know, $25, $30. It's really pretty. I like it. So that's a good find. All right, so I found this, and I think my second box, and I almost was like, meh, it's probably fake. I'm not gonna keep it. And then I turned around, and I remember that I saw a little 925 stamped on there. Can you see it? Let's see. 925. So it's usually a good sign that it might be something real if it's on, which it could totally be nothing, so don't take my word for it, but I swear you can kind of just, you can tell the difference between the really fake stuff and like when something might be real. So I do, if I'm like, something catches my eye, like this ring caught my eye and I was like, yep, gonna test that out. So we're gonna test it out. Let's see what we have. Okay. Oh, I'm gonna move it to the center. All right, let's try again. I'm thinking maybe like, try one more time. I mean, it could just be glass, but I'm thinking maybe, I mean, it could possibly be like tourmaline, maybe? Let's try again. I mean, it's barely on the scale of tourmaline though, so make it right in the center. I'm not sure. It is a very pretty piece though, and I'm gonna keep it. Maybe I find the pair, and if I don't, we'll see. I'm probably gonna take this to a jeweler and just see if it really is anything. It's such a big jewel, so we'll have to try and see if we can figure that one out. All right, so here we go. Here's another one. It is a beautiful ring. Let's see which size it is. It's kind of big for me, but so we're looking at probably like a 9, I would say, almost. Yeah, 9. So size 9. Let's see. I did see a marking in here. I try to keep all the ones that I have with a marking. Okay, it says Thailand. What it says, Thailand. And okay, it's got it looks like a 9 stamped on it. Or an S. I'm gonna say 9. But wow, isn't that pretty? Even if it's fake, I mean, I would rock that for sure. Super pretty. And I would sell this, even if it's fake, I would sell this for probably at least $20. 20, 25. I mean, it's so sparkly and huge. I mean, it's very beautiful. So let's see. So it's reading glass, which is better than plastic. Let's check all of them just in case. Oh, that one's reading nothing. Let's try again. All right, so super low glass. Let's try this one. And this one. All right, so the center is definitely reading glass, but the other ones aren't even reading. I'm sure they're probably glass too, but that is so pretty. Even if it's just glass, and it kind of feels like plastic. We'll test it anyways, but holy cow, right? Wish it was real. Wish we had some sapphires. But hey, I will take it. It's still a $20, $25 piece I would sell for. Very pretty. So I'll put that over there and I'll test it just to see if we've got any kind of silver. It doesn't feel silvery to me. It doesn't really feel like it has a lot of weight to it. So let's see. This is what my head always goes to when I'm testing things. Okay. I mean, geez, it's kind of, I mean, it's staying still, so we're gonna give it a couple more minutes here. I would have never thought that was silver. I mean, maybe it's like stainless steel. I could see that. Some like glass. I mean, it's staying right now, so that's extremely surprising. So I might have to get that one looked at. Either way, I'd probably still sell it for about $20, $25. But it shouldn't turn your finger green, so that's a pleasant surprise. And oh my gosh, it's so shiny. So what are we up to now? So we've got 25, 25, 25, 25. So at least $100 in like the last 4 items that I've tested. Plus the amethyst and the other chain. Oh gosh, we're probably up to like, what is that? 200, 300, probably like 320 right now. And just like the extra stuff that I've gotten so far that I haven't even listed some of these. So we're going with 320 so far already. I mean, I'm telling you, you have got to try out Goodwill blue boxes. They're insanely cool. So this is another super random piece. I've done a little bit of research. Like I said, I can't resist on some of these. So I found this, and it came with all of these stones in a box at the bottom. I was shocked to find all the pieces. I was like, what is this? It's got a little screw top, each one of them. I was like, what in the world? And I look on the back of here, ta-da! So it unscrews back here, and you can actually exchange them out. I thought that was so cute. And the fact that I found all 3 of I don't know if there's any more with it, but I found all 3 earth stones. They are all cold to the touch, so that's a good sign. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, we'll test it. But I don't see any markings. I hate when jewelry doesn't have any markings. It's like the treasure hunt that never ends. It's still really cool. It works. The hinges work, and it's a cool brooch. It definitely, I'm assuming it's vintage. It looks very vintage. It's very bendy, all these pieces. So we'll test it and see. I'll test the stones first just to see if we have any. Here goes green. All right, let's try again. There we go. All right, here we go. So maybe, I'm thinking maybe garnet. Let's see. All right, we got, so I'm looking at this line right here. And two of them, I'm assuming just because of like the color and the texture, and garnets can come in different colors and different shades, especially the stones. Well, all of them, I shouldn't just say the stones. So yeah, I'm thinking all of these are garnet. My mom is really into jewelry, and I will not say I'm an expert on stones or anything, so I'm sure, I mean, heck, I could be wrong about these, but my tester is pointing me to garnet. So it's super pretty, all the colors in the stones. Red and green. So you switch it up. And this has actually got like some different colors in it and different shades. I think I like the blue the most. These are really pretty, and I mean, that's a good bit of weight, you know, and some stones, so I like it. All right, let's test. I'm gonna test the bottom of these as well, just to see if we've got any kind of gold here. Try not to do it where it's gonna like mess up the prongs or mess up the screwing part. Oh my gosh, so hard. Let me do this one too. All right, 2 down. Let's see, I always like to kind of look at it too to see if there's any kind of like metal underneath. I don't see any on this. So let's test it out. Let's see what we have. And the Wheel of Fortune song has started in my head. Here we go. Let's see. I always start with 10 just to see if we have anything. I know some people like to start higher. I do the same thing with my lottery tickets. I don't even scratch the whole number. I just scratch the top. I don't want to know what I could have had. It's all right. So we're doing good on 10 karat. Let's wipe it off. Let's see. I'm gonna scratch them again. Oops. I'm telling you, these stickers are hard to hold. All right, green, and I tested you last time blue, so we'll go with red. And can you hear my country slang coming out? Can you tell I'm from Georgia? I actually moved around a lot when I was a kid. My dad was in the military, and we moved here when I was about in 5th grade. So I like to say I'm a Georgia girl at heart. I do love Georgia. It's a beautiful state. Nice hot weather, which is what I prefer. So let's see. Let's try 14. Oh, I don't even think that made it onto the... All right, we're completely gone immediately. So, I don't know. I would probably say these are maybe plated. I don't see anything, or filled, gold filled maybe. Because I don't see anything underneath it. So it'd definitely be gold filled, so... I don't know if this was my opinion. I would say all 3 of these stones with a little bit of weight, and then I'm going to say maybe gold plated or gold filled, since it's only registering at 10K. I would say this is probably, I would sell this for like $50, 50, 60 bucks. So that's a pretty good find. So we're up to like what now? 400 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pieces. Almost $400. I would say that is pretty darn good for a $35 box. Now these have come out of multiple boxes, but I've already sold those boxes and made money back off of those already. So all of this on the table right now is profit. So that's really cool. Really cool. Little treasure. I'm telling you, you've got to check out these boxes. They're amazing. So here we go. This is an earring, I'm assuming, because it doesn't have like a clip-on thing in the back. So these are some giant earrings. Earring. I don't have a matching one. It's just this one. Pretty cool piece. No markings, of course. So we're gonna scratch her up and see what we have here. Ooh. All right. I like to test, like I said, a couple of spots and see if, I think I can already see a little bit of metal. Oh, let me see if I can focus. I think I see a little bit of metal where I just scratched, so. Ooh. The wonderful squeaking. All right, let's test it and see. It does have some weight to it, so that's what kind of drew me to it in the first place, was that it had a little bit of weight. So let's see if we have anything. Okay. It's doing good on 10K. I'm gonna say this is a vintage piece too, obviously. We're not making a lot of these suckers during our time nowadays. All right, so it's making it past 10. Let's see. Oh, immediately disappears with 14. So you always got to test your stuff. So that was good. Good to find out. Grabbing some more napkins to wipe my other one is soaked. You don't want to get this on your hands. I should probably be wearing gloves. I apologize, but I try to be really careful. So here we go. Not too bad. So yeah, I would probably say this is like gold plated, just because I could already see the metal wearing out on the top. So gold plated. So if I found the matching one of this, or if somebody wanted to turn this into the brooch, I'd probably sell this for like $15, maybe 10. So if you're interested, let me know. That's another, you know, if we're up to about 410 now, so I mean, that's not bad. I will take that. So next we're gonna look at this beauty. She is shiny, she's got some weight. Let's see if she's magnetic. No magnets. All right. So that is a beautiful brooch. Little pearls, 5 pearls inlaid in there. So we're gonna test it, see what we have. All right, and I'm gonna test this as well. Like I said, I just like to test a couple spots. Make sure we're not working with like one gold piece and then I don't know what else. So here we go. 10K. We're holding up. All right, looks like we're vanishing immediately with 14. So I'm sure this is probably either gold plated or gold filled. But it's so pretty. Not magnetic, so it might just be like, I don't know. I mean, it's got a little bit of weight to it, not a lot. But it's beautiful. And I would definitely sell this online for probably $20. I'm sure it's a vintage piece. It looks vintage, just the style. But it is so pretty. So we're up to what, 450? All right, let's see. I couldn't quite read what this was saying. I tried to look at it earlier today, but my children took over, so. I do homeschooling for I have a 4-year-old boy, a 2-year-old girl, and a 4-month-old little boy. So I have a very busy household, and I do preschool homeschooling for my 4-year-old. He'll be going to school next fall, so that's going to be so wild. I'm going to be so sad, but he's going to love it. So anyways, I don't have a lot of time. So let's see. I don't even see any markings on this anywhere. I'm trying to look. So this is like another little anklet. It's pretty long, so I wouldn't do it as a bracelet, but I mean, I guess you could shorten it and make it a bracelet if you wanted. It's really cool though. It's got like almost like little, let me focus, these little loops in between that like connects each loop. So it's a pretty cool piece. So I just wanted to test it and see. I don't see any markings on it. No name. I swear, like I said, jewelry drives me crazy when it's not marked. It's like the never-ending adventure of, could it be? Is it? I don't know. And Google is my best friend. I Google everything that I find just to see if I can do any kind of research on it. So we tested the chain and then each little piece. So let's see. I'm going to start with 14 since the other ones kind of ate away quickly, so we won't waste my 10. All right, it vanishes immediately, so it's a fake, but it's still really cute. I would sell that for maybe like $7, $5, $7. There's no name, so I mean, heck, I'd be willing to sell that for $3. It was really pretty though. So if you're interested, check out my email. Email me. I actually really enjoy this little hobby. Like I said, I just started this a couple months ago. And I will say, as a stay-at-home parent, any stay-at-home parent knows it can be difficult to find something that you enjoy. And you know what, honestly, my whole family enjoys this. If my box comes in before nap time for my kids, I have to hide it because they want to go through it. They want to pick out a piece for themselves. And then, of course, my husband gets into it, and it's like a treasure chest for him as well. He's actually started to order his own boxes. I won't lie, I steal them, and I look through them. But he loves it too. I have to like slap his hand out of my videos because he's always trying to steal a piece to test it. He gets just as excited. It really is like a treasure hunt, so I really encourage people to go and check it out because it's so fun. We dump it out. It's a heyday. So check out my other videos. You'll see me digging through them. So I don't know if you can see this. Let's see. It says, let's see. Ooh, here we go. See 925. So we got some 925 on here. I'm just gonna test these little gems first. They look diamonds, but wow, we're reading nothing. We don't even have glass in these suckers. Maybe glass? So it's saying 925 too. So let's just scrape this sucker and see if we're really. I don't even find a new word than sucker. Let's see. I'm gonna do 2 different spots just to see if we can test them both. So it's kind of like reddish. I don't know what that means. I'm still learning a lot. My grandma actually makes jewelry. She buys boxes or gets them for free from this local. She lives in Missouri on a farm. Shout out Grandma Thompson. And she makes her own jewelry, and then she'll sell them, and she'll get these boxes for free from this local guy, and he'll sell her jewelry, and it's a pretty cool little gig. And then my mom, of course, she is obsessed with jewelry. She worked overseas for a really long time, and she has a whole hoard of jewelry and gold that she has, and so I guess you could say the jewelry business is in my blood. All right, so I'm gonna say that's fake on top of fake. It did not register 925, and it did not register anything on the gems. It is beautiful though. So you see the top part is diamonds, well, pretend diamonds, and then the bottom on the inside is diamonds. So I thought that was really interesting. So you see, and then you flip it over to the front, and they've got, so if I found the pair, I would definitely sell these, but for now, it's going in my earring pile. and I will save it for a rainy day. All right, so this is my last gem that I need to test. I tested this on my last video, and it probably annoyed everybody because you had kept hearing beep, beep from my tester because I kept hitting the metal. So let's see, let's try it again. So this one did say 925 on the back. It's actually, I think, on this part. So let's see. Oh, we got something. So this could be a lot of things. It's reading on a whole bunch of different lines. But I'm going to say emerald is what I'm thinking this is. It's got this super light blue hue to it. It is so beautiful. As soon as I saw it on the bottom of the box, I was like, oh, I have to get this. Let me get it out. And I just dumped everything else out and got this one. And I tested it last week, so I'm going to say emerald. Now let's see if I can get one of these teeny tiny diamonds. I will not torture you this time. All right. I almost got it to diamond. Let's try again. Oops, one last time. All right. I swear I did get it to get to diamond one time. It is just so hard to get these teeny tiny ones. Oops, all right. I'm not even gonna torture you all this time. So cool piece. If it is emerald, I mean, that's gotta be at least a carat, I would think, in there. Depending on if it's simulated or if it's real. I mean, if it's simulated, I would say maybe this is like a $40 earring, $50. But with these diamonds, I mean, they're tiny, but I would at least, I really do need to get this looked at. But if it's real, if this is a real emerald, I mean, we're talking about real money here. We're talking about $100, over $100. So I'm very intrigued by this earring, and I want to get it looked at. So I've got a couple pieces that I really need to get looked at. All right, let's see. This looked fancy to me. It's got like these, you see like the dividing line, gold and silver, very shiny. I did not find a matching piece. Wah wah. It was very sad I didn't find the matching one of this. All right, so there's a writing on it. Let's see what we have. SG 14 karat. So I'm guessing maybe that's like silver gold 14 karat. Let's see if you can see it. There you go. SG 14 KT. So I'm not even going to test this because it's so like, do you see how flimsy? Well, you know what? I say I'm not going to test it. I'm going to test it. We're going to see. All right, so that's the gold side. Let's test the silver side. It's just so flimsy. I'm scared to, because you can see like how bendy it is. Do you see that? A little cuff earring. I really wish I had the matching one of this. I would totally wear these. So cute. Okay, so let's set it aside. Let's see. It says 14, so you know what? We're going to test for 14. Let's see what we have. Oh, we have a bubble. There we go. Ugh, there we go. Okay. Well, I would say this is real. I don't know if you can see that. Let's see. Let me get the lighting just right. There we go. See it? They are both staying. So yay! That's 14. I don't know how much that would weigh. Let's see. Let's see how much we weigh. Ooh. Let's see. All right, let's zero it out. 0.65. So yeah, I think, what is that? It's not a lot. Still something though. And I'll put it in my gold pile because I'm one of those hoarders that I swear one day if I ever need money or if I'm like, I need to go secretly buy something for my husband or something, I will trade some of this stuff in. So there we go. All right, I'm dwindling down here. So let's see. This little brooch. It's very detailed. You see this flower? It's super pretty. I actually have this one online already. I didn't test it though. Probably not the smartest thing to do, so don't do that. But you see like the leaf? Very... Let's see if we've got magnet here. No magnet. Let's see. I have a little dog. You probably hear her barking in the background. Jane Hush. I also have a giant Great Dane. He's like 170 pounds or something crazy. So if he barks, I promise you'll hear it. All right. I was scared I was going to scratch that off. Okay. So let's see what we have. I'm going to start with 14. Yeah, looks like we're staying actually on one of these. Let's see. Let's let it sit for 1 second. All right. Let's see. I mean, that's still on there. Pretty. I cannot. These bubbles drive me crazy. All right. Let's see. There we go. Oh my gosh, it's still there. If you can see it, you see it? I don't know if I can see it on the other one. It was such a small scratch. I can still see it though. Let's see. Let's go a little bit further. I'm gonna have a little 14 karat gold here. I'll be so shocked. It's not magnetic though, and I can feel a little bit of that weight. For such a small little brooch, you can feel the weight on it, so let's see. So I'm thinking that's 14. And then let's see here. Turn this guy back on. So I do have a little pin back here. I'm sure that's not 5. I might have to get that looked at. Oh my goodness, I'm so crazy. I see a marking. I didn't see this last time. Let's see what he says. Sarah Cove? Huh, Sarah Cove. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. See if there's markings any of these other sides. Sarah Cove. Huh, I might have to look that up. I don't know what that would be. I've gone through a good bit of jewelry and I've started to really memorize a lot of these ones, and I have never heard of Sarah Cove. So don't buy it online yet. Let me do my research. I like to kind of have like some extras on there just in case, so I've got some low inventory, but my goodness, I'm gonna have to look that up. Sarah Cove. It's a beautiful piece, so I mean, until I do research, price unknown. But we've got 14 karat. All right, we'll put that to the side. All right, these suckers are heavy. So these are some earrings. Found the matching pairs. They're really heavy. So let's see if we got some magnets. I feel like I'm feeling a little bit. I don't know if that's... Okay, so these say what? Orin? Okay, so I've heard of these before. I know this is costume jewelry. So 2 of these. I think they're vintage as well. Oh, so we got a little ding in there, and it looks like we got some metal underneath. It's not really noticeable, but of course I clip them together. So I'm gonna say these are fake now that I've seen this little ding in there, little scratch mark. Looks like somebody else might have tested it before me. But Orin is usually costume jewelry. I know that they were popular, I want to say maybe like 50s, 60s. Super cute though. They're heavy. So maybe they're like, I don't know, they're silvery underneath, so I'll have to do a little bit of research, but cute. I would probably sell those for maybe like $20, maybe 15. I would say 10 to 20. Let's go with 10 to 20. Now we have this little gem. I'm gonna say this is maybe like brass, I think, just because of the way it's super like goldish on the inside. It definitely looks vintage. It is so detailed. I can't even, I'm trying to do like the white background. I forget what this is called, like a poinsettia or something maybe? Flower? It's got a really long like pollen. So pretty, the details on the leaves. So, I do not see any markings. Do you all see any markings? I don't think so. I'm gonna say maybe this is brass. I need to clean it. I don't even know what I would sell this for. I would think at least like 25, 30 bucks just because it's so extremely detailed. I need to clean it a little bit. This is a beautiful piece, and the way the leaves are kind of shaped back too, you can see on some of them. I mean, extremely detailed piece. That's what I love. I do love art, but I think that's why I love jewelry so much as well, is because it is truly art pieces. And some people are just so incredibly talented to be able to bend this metal and make it so extremely intricate. I mean, this is such a small piece. I mean, you can see it in my hand. I mean, what is it? Probably like 2 inches and like an inch and a half wide. I mean, to be able to do all of these little tiny little vines in here, or little petals, is crazy. I mean, it truly blows my mind what people can do with their hands and with their creativity. So that is a beautiful, beautiful brooch. Cleaned it up a little bit, but like I said, definitely vintage. I would think this is definitely vintage. As my grandma would say, they don't make it like this these days. Love it. I would say at least $30. I would sell that for at least 30 bucks. Super pretty. All right, I think this is my last piece. Okay, one more. I'm gonna do one more necklace after this. But check this sucker out. It's a pretty little cuff. I don't know if it's sterling or not. We'll see. That's what I'm testing for, is to see if it's gonna be sterling silver. And I'm actually gonna, well, I've got one more bracelet, so I'll keep that on. But isn't that so pretty? Super pretty. So we're gonna check for magnet. No magnet. Let's check to see if we've got, I'm gonna do 2 lines so I can test with both of them. All right. Let's see what we have. All right, so we're staying on there right now. All right, so it looks like it's getting eaten away by both of them. So no silver, but I'm wondering if this is like not aluminum, but I don't know. I don't know what kind of metal. Maybe like stainless steel. I could see it maybe being stainless steel. Let's see if I've got any. I don't think I have a stainless steel tester anymore. All right. Yeah, I don't have any stainless steel tester right now, but holy cow, that's pretty, right? It's got little dented features. It's really cool though. I mean, I would wear it. Fits my little, it's adjustable. You can pull it out a little bit. So super pretty. I'd probably sell that for $20. All right. And then I had this from last time, probably a couple videos back. Mother of pearl bracelet. I have 5 of these. I got out of 1 box. So I've got 3 of these. One of them has a chip in it. So I'm going to keep it for myself. I might try and fix it with something. Put something in it and lay it with something. But I just wanted to see if, since I have my magnifying glass out, if I can read. Okay, so this says Chofin, Mexico. So yeah, I've seen a couple of these. So they're made in Mexico. Alpaca. So pretty. I cannot take it. And then I've got another one that has all of this on the alpaca, like all that on there with a little bit of like mother and pearl flowers. Right now I'm selling these online for like $70 for all the whole. There's 4 of them that I'm selling, and I'm selling them as a group for $70. So yeah, so that's, I mean, for everything that I've had in here, I mean, I would think this is over $500 worth of like gold, silver, gems. I mean, tons and tons of stuff. Even these like costume jewelry. I mean, this can sell for $20, $25, $30. You know, the vintage necklace selling for $80 at least. And just all of these pieces are amazing. I cannot get over what you can find in these boxes. It really blows my mind. And I mean, my diamond ring was in there. Yeah, I mean, it really does blow my mind. So I encourage people to go check them out. I've had garnets, emeralds, diamonds, amethyst, quartz, aquamarine, pearls, 14 karat. Yeah, I mean, I've literally seen it all in these boxes, and I'm never disappointed. I've not gotten one box. I've been doing this since early December. So we're going on 2 months, going on 3, like 2.5 months right now. And there's not been one box that I've come out, you know, where I haven't found anything of value, or I haven't found something that I couldn't sell. You know, they have a lot of costume jewelry as well, but that still is, all of it is sellable material for the most part. So, and then I can also resell the boxes for people that are making jewelry or just want to go through their own little treasure trove that I might not. You know, some of the Chico necklaces I don't really care for, and I don't really, you know, sometimes they're resellable and sometimes they don't, but some people love them. Leo Sophia, I've sold a couple of her pieces, and then I've also, you know, put them in jewelry lot boxes as well. So, I mean, there's just a lot of options with these boxes. So I definitely encourage everybody to go check them out, because I mean, look, I mean, this is crazy. Over $500 worth of stuff, and this is just what I haven't tested yet. I have some turquoise necklace that I found, a Kingsman turquoise necklace, and that's worth $80. So I mean, there's just a ton of stuff that you can find. And this is just stuff I have not even sold yet. And some of this stuff I could take to a jeweler and sell, like this gold for $130. And so, yeah, I encourage everybody to go check them out. I'm going to start doing videos every Thursday. I'll be posting a new video. So come check out my channel, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in a couple days when I get my new box in, and I'll do another video of another Goodwill unboxing. So if you guys want to inquire on any of these pieces, my email will be at the bottom, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for stopping by.